Okay, let's quickly revisit Pythagoras. So we know our formula is usually like this: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And what that means is that if you take one short side of a right angle triangle, I'll call it short number 1, and we square that value, and we add that onto the length of the other short side, which I'll call short 2 in this case, and we square that, it will give us the longest side of the right angle triangle, but that answer has also been squared for us. So it's not going to go and spit out our answer straight away. So I'll call that one there long, and I'll call that long squared. All right, so short side 1, square it, add that onto short side number 2, square that, and that will give you the longest side squared as well. So which ones are the short sides? Well, if you see a right angle on your right angle triangle, whatever is right beside the right angle are going to be the short sides. So this can be short side number 1 if you like, that can be short side 2, or that can be short side 1, that can be short side 2. It doesn't really matter. Your answer is going to come out exactly the same. So we'll call that one there A, and we'll call that one there B. All right. Now the longest side is the pink one that I've got here. Another way to tell it's the longest side is it's always going to be opposite the right angle. So that's C there. So let's have a go at putting some numbers in there. I'll get rid of that, that. All right, we'll try 6 meters and 8 meters. All right, with 6 meters and 8 meters, we go back to our formula, and a squared plus b squared, or short side 1 squared and short side 2 squared. We're adding these together. So 6 squared plus 8 squared equals our longest side squared, which we call C. We don't have to call it C, but that's normally the convention. And that answer is going to be squared as well. So 6 squared, what's 6 squared mean? It means 6 times 6. Whenever something is squared, it means times that number by itself. All right, so 6 times 6 is 36, plus 8 times 8, because that value is also squared, and that gives you 64, equals C squared still. Now, if you did have a number here that was quite large, or it was a decimal and you didn't know how to multiply by itself very easily, then what you can use is the x squared button on your calculator. So you'd push the number 6 and then look for a button on your calculator that looks like this. All right, and if you push 6, then push that, and then push equals. So 6 x squared equals, you will get 36 out of it. Okay, so we'd just push 6 x squared button plus 8 x squared button equals, and what we should have is 100, or in other words 36 plus 64, which equals 100. And that gives us our c squared value, because we're still using that formula there. You see we've got c squared, c squared, c squared, c squared. Nothing's changed. All right. Now what does c squared mean? It means that you had some value, some number, and it was multiplied by itself to give you 100. So we don't know what it is. It's hidden inside just this letter C. Now, if you think about this, we've got 6 times 6 gives you 36. 7 by 7 gives you 49. 8 times 8 gives you 64. 9 by 9 gives you 81. And then we've got 10 by 10, or 10 multiplied by 10 will give you 100. So the number that multiplies by itself to give you 100 is 10. Now, once again, if you have a really strange number that you can't see what the square root is of c squared, then what you can do is use the square root button on your calculator. Okay, so whenever you get these numbers and you need to go backwards to find just c by itself, then what you can do is just type 100 in and hit the square root button, or for some calculators you push the square root button first and then type 100, press equals, and you get your original value of just c. So in our case here, we're going to get c equals the square root of 100, and that gives you 10. Now our whole question here was in meters, so you need to keep that meters there. They're your units. So our value of c, or the length of the pink line there, is 10 meters.